So I've been finding that I've been having a lot of trouble with the railway, mostly maintaining it, and it's really just taking too much time up. I have hardly run the trains all year, really. I think the only time I did was the sample that I posted. And so from my point of view, this really should be a lot more about enjoying the trains rather than constantly maintaining them. And it's just been getting a bit silly, really. So one of the big issues, as I say, has been maintenance. Now, this is mostly dealing with the weeds that have been growing in the track. Even though I've been spraying it, I've sprayed it 3 times I think this summer, and they just won't go. And the other part is that when I originally dug the trenches for the railway, for the hardcore to go in, for the railway to sit on, I just didn't do them wide enough, and that was a big mistake. And as you'll be able to see from the shots that I'm going to put up now, what's been happening is the grass has been reclaiming the land, coming back in from the sides. You've got the weeds coming in through the top. It's a nightmare to mow. It's just become ridiculous. And on top of that, the gradients are, as much as I've tried to mitigate them, just still a problem. And whilst the 2 big locos that we've got on this railway can cope with them, if anybody wants to come and join in and run their trains on the railway, if they've got anything but a large narrow gauge style loco, they haven't got a chance of climbing the hills, certainly not pulling passengers. And to be quite honest, safety is paramount to me. I've got a little girl. The last thing I want to do is for anything to go wrong. I couldn't live with myself if anything like that happened. When you've got large gradients, you've always got a greater risk of danger. So I want to try and get this better. I want to try and get it to work better. So that's really what we're going to try and achieve. Now, we've already done a fair amount of work. My good friend Stewie has been working with a mate of his called Graham, who is a surveyor, and they've been putting together a bit of a plan.
So following all that work from Stewie and Graham, we now have this plan. The green track, as you can see it, is the original route. We're going to change part of it slightly, and that's the navy blue route, and that goes round there. And this is the elevation of the track. So what we're trying to do here is compare the green, which again is the current route, to the blue, which is what's going to be going in place. And you can see there we're measuring the difference between the two, just so that we know how much we have to raise or lower the track bed as we go along. It's really useful to have this sort of information, and I can't thank both of them enough for what they've been able to do.
A couple of things I also want to do. I would like to have a bridge somewhere, so we're going to try and incorporate that. And I would also like to try and put in a tunnel, because my daughter finds them really fun when we go to other railways, and I just think that'd be great, and she'd really like it, so I want to try and put that in. So this is now a process of digging up and starting all over again. Obviously not quite all over because we've already got the track, etc. But there is a large amount of starting again. And this time I'm going to do it properly. I've learnt an awful lot from what I've already done. And so I will be able to learn from those experiences and go again. Obviously, starting again, although you don't have to buy anything new particularly, there is cost to doing, hiring diggers and getting extra ballast and gravel and everything in. So there is an element that I've got to save up to do this as well. So progress won't be fast. You got to carry on with your normal life and work and everything. So please do bear with me, but I'm just going to do the best I can at trying to, just trying to get it right, trying to get it so it looks good, so that when people come and see it, they feel it looks good, and so that it actually works, and I can get around to enjoying it. Get around to actually doing any sort of open days or sharing it with people, and not just constantly saying no to people because I'm constantly weeding and having all those hassles. So that's what I really want to try and sort out. Hopefully there will be lots of things to update you on, and I will just try and do videos as and when I can, and show you how it goes. Thanks for joining me. Cheers.